Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymax, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seatbelt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday once again. We survived another week in this crazy ass world we're living in.
That we did.
So how you doing tonight, Jamie?
I am doing awesome.
There you go.
How you doing?
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Man, freaking fabulous. Other than choking on my dinner earlier.
Glad you said dinner.
Yeah.
Miss chokes on dick. What the fuck? Oh my god, now my computer is waking up. I was saying hi, Janice. Hi, Ulrich.
Ulrich, Janice, Zariana, Marie.
Don't forget our lurkers tonight.
Oh, yeah. You know they're hanging. Creepers. Jason, what's up?
Jason!
Yeah, Zariana, I agree with you. Jamie's hair is awesome looking.
Oh, well, thank you.
I like it a lot.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, there's been some crazy stuff going on in the world. I try not to watch the news anymore. But hey, you know, it pops up every once in a while. Oh, that's what she said.
That's what she said.
But yeah, who knows what's happening with the election and all that crap. I just like whatever happens, you know.
No.
I quit watching it. I got too wrapped up in it. I've been wrapped up in all kinds of other stuff this week. Like Jamie and you were talking, it was like, did this week go amazingly fast for everybody else like it did for us?
Like, I swore it was not Wednesday already today, so we just went all through this 3 days ago. Like, it's not
Yeah.
been a week.
Zach, what's happening? I'm gonna try to go to the cigar store tomorrow. I've been too busy to like go anywhere lately.
Well, yeah, you've been nowhere but the boat store and the side of the road.
Yeah. The people at the trailer store, I'm surprised they didn't call me today. Worried about me because I didn't stop by today at all. Probably going to be wondering if I'm.
Oh my gosh. They're going to close down. They're not going to be able to make it without you in there.
I know. Hey, man, you can come on and talk politics. I don't care one bit.
I think you don't want to get himself worked up is the problem. I went through that earlier. I'm like, you can tell her that you want, unless it's gonna stress you out. He's like, yeah, it's gonna stress me out.
Oh yeah, there's tons.
The invite's always there.
There's either one way to look at it, or one way to, there's the people that are just like la 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 la, ignoring it, and there's the other people that are digging into it with both hands and both feet. Hey, we got to talk about current affairs a little bit. Come on, Lori. It's what's happening in the world. It's trending. Is that what all the hipsters say now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very good.
It's trending.
I don't see Lori. I bet, but I don't see Lori.
She's invisible.
She's ghosting me, Lori.
Yeah, I wonder what the spirits will say about it. We'll find out.
Keith Weldon, as y'all have heard, has a new app out, a new Chill Seekers app. He has not put out any information yet as far as the name, what it is.
Yeah, speaking of ghosts,
or that. But
under wraps.
When it comes out, we're gonna demo it on here, and invited him on to explain and demo it with us. But
yeah,
we shall see. So soon we'll have a new toy to play with.
What's in the rabbit hole tonight? Who knows, man? We'll probably fall down in it though.
Yeah, something right there's an example of la 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 la.
Yeah. Yeah, oh man. It's gonna get interesting. Let's just say that. The world is gonna get interesting. Not just the US, but the whole freaking world.
Yeah, we're fucked. So moving on. You had something really interesting that we're talking about in Soundcheck.
Oh, there's a couple of them. Anybody like that Popeye's chicken sandwich? That was the big rave.
Can't just have one.
Can't just have one. Well, yeah, Jason, we are fucked. Speaking of fucked, let's see here. Let me see if I can share the picture and get the article up. Yeah, tonight's weird news. Florida people are always batshit crazy. So we might as well start with this one. And, I was alerted to this one by one of our show watchers. Debbie sent me this.
I know where you're going for lunch tomorrow.
Let's see. Where is her picture at? Right here.
Oh, Lori, you might want to cover your ears.
Oh, Lori can handle these. A Florida woman has been arrested after she was observed completely naked and thoroughly enjoying herself outside of a Popeye's chicken restaurant in St. Petersburg. Vanessa Lee, 38, was charged with lewd and lascivious behavior. Her second offense in the span of just over 2 months. Oh, my goodness. Witnesses say Lee was pleasuring herself in front of passerbys near the chicken shop at approximately 10 a.m. in the morning. The arresting officers say they also had witnesses that the defendant was pleasuring herself in front of the dumpster completely naked. Lee was also recorded performing the act on CCTV cameras. And on September 30th, only a week prior to this incident, Lee was also arrested for pleasuring herself outside the 7-Eleven convenience store, only a short distance away from the Popeyes. Must be like the ley lines or something in that area that just makes certain people incredibly horny and they just want to get naked and pleasure themselves. I don't know.
Finger licking good.
Yep. Damn chicken sandwich. Does it every time.
Mm-hmm.
She was seen at approximately 11 a.m. in front of the place, continuously rubbing her hoo-ha outside the store in front of a minor. She was also noticed to be smirking when the minor's uncle was recording her on his phone and then showed it to the police. Arresting documents note that Lee did not appear to be under the influence of drugs or alcohol, nor did she exhibit any signs of mental illness. She's just incredibly horny, I guess. But she does have previous convictions for theft, possession of drug equipment, trespassing, and possession of synthetic marijuana. See, if you're going to smoke weed, don't smoke that synthetic shit.
Oh my
it'll
God, I
make you
hate
crazy.
the synthetic stuff.
It'll make you crazy. Especially if you're in Florida.
Lori. Wow. Yeah, I started wondering about dipping sauce and, chicken finger. I mean, that just started bringing my mind all sorts of places it shouldn't go.
That's why Zach goes to Chick-fil-A. What the hell is it with Chick-fil-A, man? I had to go to Home Depot today, and Chick-fil-A is right there at Home Depot. And there is a freaking line. There's a line every day. If I ever open up a fast food restaurant, it's going to be a damn Chick-fil-A. Because that place...
Which is the one that has the sandwiches that made people kill each other over it?
That's the Popeyes chicken sandwich.
Okay.
Yeah, well, apparently it makes people do other stuff, too.
Well, then...
Which I agree is better than killing people, is just, rubbing one out. But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not going to be able to top that one.
Well, you want to go next? Which one shall
I guess maybe if you are wanting to do something like that, maybe first you might want to start off smoke. Well, that's what she did. Smoked a little weed. I'm trying to think of the word. Oh, canisexual.
Yeah.
is a new thing. The rise of the canisexual. Could this new movement spark your sex life? Wait, I printed this one out for myself. I'm reading yours.
Has anybody had the chicken sandwich from Popeyes, by the way?
Mm-mm.
I can't imagine that it's not like dynamite like everybody says. But yeah, it was going around for a while.
Combining weed and sex has changed some people's lives, and new medical research suggests this revolution isn't just in their heads. The first time Ashley got stoned, so specifically to have sex, it changed everything. She had such a good one, like repeatedly, and after I just hugged my boyfriend and cuddled up in his arms and just felt full-on blissed out all over my body. She told me during an interview. 4D is for desire. Huff Post's Love and Sex podcast. I was like, there's something to this. But it wasn't just Ashley's sex life that changed. Exploring the mindful and deliberate use of cannabis during sex led her to coin the term canisexual and launched her new career leading workshops teaching others about the joys and wonders of embarking on sexy weed-fueled Choose your own adventures in the bedroom or anywhere else. For this episode of D is for Desire, I chatted with Ashley about why combining cannabis and sex can be so revolutionary, what folks can expect if they sign up for one of her workshops, and a few do's and don'ts for experiencing the ultimate sex high. I spoke with Dr. Becky Lynn, an OBGYN who is doing groundbreaking research into the way cannabis may affect women's bodies and sexuality, and why living the canosexual life seems to be so rewarding to some people. And before you go, if you have a question about kink, love, sex, that's just a plug for their show. So I guess we've been the part of this kind of sexual lifestyle our entire lives.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm thinking that sounds more like that weed had some ecstasy mixed in.
That's kind of what it sounds to me, or maybe they had some sort of synthetic stuff because, like, I mean, pot. I mean, maybe some wax. I mean, you can get a little euphoric, but not too much.
Yeah,
and it's rare, like for weed to kind of give that to you. There's got to be something else in there.
Yeah.
And then I guess they teach you, how to, like, they have the couples workshops and how to delicately rub the feather across your partner and take it. All that crap.
Yeah, that sounds more like some ecstasy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't recommend having sex on LSD with a stranger. But
I wouldn't recommend it.
Butt weed. Butt weed?
That can be a little frightening.
Butt weed?
Hmm?
He said butt weed. Butt weed. Butt weed.
What?
Butt weed and there's dick weed. I don't know.
Butt weed? Like weed from your butt?
I'm not even going there.
Like in jail?
Oh, there's probably something there.
I don't even know what we're talking about anymore. It's time to move on.
Yeah, it is. Well, this is a story that I saw posted a couple of places, and I saw it earlier in the week, and I actually follow some of this just because I am, a Floridian, and I'm in the water quite a bit, and
I just saw Raw's comment.
Damn it, share screen. There you go. Massive great white shark pings off the coast of Florida. And this isn't the only one. There's been a bunch. Like I say, I've been following this company that does all the tracking of these big, people say there's not great whites in Florida. Well, actually there surely is. And it's funny. I was talking online earlier on Facebook about a shark story from, I don't know, it was probably the early 90s, late 80s, early 90s, about a huge shark. It wasn't a great white, it was a hammerhead. And it was hanging out where we were surfing at a place called Middles. And man, it was there for like a week. And we had a really good swell. The waves were really good all week. And this freaking ginormous hammerhead was just cruising the line up and scaring the gibbers out of everybody. But this one, a massive great white shark, made an appearance off the coast of Florida this past weekend, pinging south of Miami, according to scientists at the nonprofit group OSearch. Unakami is the adult female 15-foot, 2,000-pound great white shark, one of the largest great whites ever tagged by OSearch. While sharks are common in Florida waters, it's rare for massive great whites to breach the waters so close to the shore. Now, if you guys remember, I did a story, one of my Weird Wednesday videos, about a guy in a little kayak that disappeared right off the coast here of Ponte Vedra, which is like 20 miles up the coast from me. And they were tracking. I went, just because I follow this company, I went and was like searching to see what sharks were in the area. And there was a huge, I want to say her name's Mary or something like that, huge great white shark, right exactly where this guy disappeared. Not saying it got him, but Pretty coincidental. They found his kayak like a week later. The second largest shark ever tagged by the nonprofit company Unamaki. I gotta look at that name to say it. Pinged on November 6th at about 7:15 a.m. OSearch projects she will follow the same track as last year, moving past the Florida Keys into the Gulf of Mexico. Scientists hope that she will lead them to the site where she gives birth, exposing a new white shark nursery. It's going to be like we got a hurricane coming, so it could be Sharknado in Florida. Real life. Could be. Just saying. The shark was first tagged by OSearch on September 20th, 2019 in Skitari Island, Nova Scotia. They do have a video, which I'm not going to play because Facebook will ping me because they're ass hats. And but anyway, there's a video, if you look it up, of Unakami getting tagged. And I have a picture, actually. Where the hell is it? Get a little bit different perspective of how big this shark is. And it still doesn't really give that great a perspective, but it's a pretty damn big shark. 15 feet, 2,000 pounds. That's like getting close to Jaws territory. Now I lost myself. OSearch is founded by Chris Fisher, and they track and study sharks in hopes of creating a large enough database in the scientific community across the world to learn how things go about these underwater creatures. The organization shares real-time data through OSearch, their website. The organization crew members fish for sharks using drum lines and hand lines. The sharks are marked with multiple tags, a spot to track the large-scale movement, a pop-off tag to understand the dying patterns, and an internal acoustic tag to track movements within smaller areas. According to OSearch, a ping is recorded when the shark's dorsal fin breaks the surface of the water and transforms the signal to a satellite overhead. Pretty cool company. If you never checked them out, look them up. OSearch, and it's OCEARCH. But yeah, they catch these things, pull them up on the deck, tag them, and then shove them back in the water. And that picture right there reminds me of Jaws, like when the shark came up and chomped a guy in half. Gotta hate when that happens.
Not a good day when that happens.
Not a good day. Eyes roll back in the head. Eyes of a doll.
So, this came out October 21st. Miley Cyrus was either chased down by a UFO or had too much weed wax. So you guys be the judge of this. If extraterrestrial beings were ever to make contact, they could certainly do a lot worse when it comes to Earthlings than Miley Cyrus. That's fucked up. The pop star revealed that she once had a close encounter of the peak Miley kind. What? The pop star revealed that she once had a close encounter of the peak Miley kind after being chased down by a UFO while traveling through Southern California with a friend. Or, maybe it was the weed wax she admittedly bought from a guy in a van beforehand.
Yeah, that's where I get all my weed wax. It's just some random dude in a van.
You're Miley Cyrus. You gotta buy from a dude in a van?
Yeah.
And how does that happen? Okay, in a conversation with designer Rick Owens for Interview magazine, Cyrus recalled the experience in vivid detail. Mm-hmm. They had all those things where they said she glitched, had the eye, that would glitch out, stuff like that. Like she might be alien, maybe. They were going to bring her home. I was driving through San Bernardino with my friend, and I got chased down by some sort of UFO. Pretty sure about what I saw, but I'd also bought weed wax from a guy in a van in front of a taco shop. So it could have been the weed wax, she explained. But the best way to describe it is like a flying snowplow. It had this big plow in the front of it, and it was glowing yellow. I did see it flying, and my friend saw it too. Cyrus said that perhaps the most unsettling part of the encounter was locking eyes with the being piloting the UFO. I didn't feel threatened at all, actually, but I did see a being sitting in the front of the flying object. It looked at me and we made eye contact, and I think that's what really shook me. Looking into the eyes of something I couldn't quite wrap my head around, she said. The Midnight Sky singer went on to add that a couple of other cars witnessed the event too, which in her mind is more than enough evidence that what she saw was real. I was shaken for like 5 days. It fucked me up, she added. I couldn't really look at the sky. The same. I thought they might come back. As for her general thoughts about life beyond Earth, Cyrus said believing humans are the only beings in the entire universe is a form of narcissism. Aliens seemingly have been quite preoccupied with Disney Channel alums as of late, considering Demi Lovato also recently shared that she had made contact with the great beyond. And then she has a tweet from Demi Lovato. The past few days I've spent in Joshua Tree with a small group of loved ones and Dr. Stephen Greer and his CE5 team. Over the past couple months, I have dug deep into the science of consciousness and experienced not only peace and serenity like I've never known, but I also have witnessed the most incredibly profound sightings, both in the sky as well as feet away from me. This planet is on a very negative path towards destruction, but we can change that together. If we were to get 1% of the population to meditate and make contact, we would force our, you know what that goes to, we would force our governments to acknowledge the truth about extraterrestrial life among us and change our destructive habits, destroying our planet. This is just some of the evidence from under the stars in the desert sky. So blah, blah, blah. She's talking about all that. Last week, Lovato said she got up close and personal with otherworldly visitors while visiting Joshua Tree with Dr. Stephen Greer, self-described as one of the world's foremost authorities in the subject of UFOs, ET intelligence, and initializing peaceful contact with ET civilizations, according to its Instagram bio. Over the past couple of months, she's got so much on the internet, they like go off of his Instagram bio. Over the past couple of months, I've dug deep into the science of... I said that. Oh, wait. Over the past couple of months, I've dug deep into the science of consciousness and experienced not only peace and serenity like I've never known, but I've also witnessed the most incredibly... Wait, yeah. Lovato encouraged her millions of followers to meditate and make contact with aliens so that governments will be forced to acknowledge the truth about extraterrestrial life among us. And there was something back a few months ago where they had this project that they were having people from all over the world, and you had to like sign up for it. And I was tripping because I'm like, oh yeah, this sounds like Project Blue Beam. They're gonna, if they're gonna fake anything, it's gonna be when they get like millions of people that they know exactly where they're registered at, to shoot shit from satellites. And but there are groups of people that meditate because they think that we can be saved, that the aliens will work with us and help save us. After we've destroyed our planet, now we're going to aliens for help. It's funny, we laugh because of the weed, and because she's celebrity and everything, but you know, a lot of people go through that. They see something and they have every reason to second guess it, make every excuse, you know, if a friend saw it, and other vehicles that weren't, you know, smoking weed from a dude from a taco truck, you know, saw it too. And they're down in Southern California.
Yep.
Very well could have been something. What do you guys think?
Yeah. You know,
Was it the weed?
well, you know, I mean, there is that, but no, I believe there's, you know, I believe there's a good chance she could have saw something, because I've seen weird stuff that I can't explain. So, you know, and yeah, I mean, that's a problem with the world we live in nowadays, though. You know, like I've said on here 100 times, I could walk outside tonight after the show and go, holy shit, there's a UFO, you know, and take a picture of it and be freaked out and probably get anal probed for some weird reason. And then come in and post it on the internet and go, you guys are never going to believe what I just saw. Post a picture of it and everybody be like, yeah, you're right. I don't believe what you just saw. You were high.
Yeah.
You know, so you can't trust anything anymore.
Nope.
UFOs, politics, you know.
Like, so why is my ass bleeding?
Yeah. I mean, you can't trust anything anymore. We're so desensitized to everything now that you don't know what to believe because there's so much fake crap out there.
And they used to say, believe like nothing of what you know, hear about what you see, but you can't believe any of it. What you hear, what you see, like you can only believe what.
Yeah, you know, you have to take it personally, you know. I mean, I don't have anything to prove to anybody that, you know, I've been doing ghost stuff forever. I've seen and heard stuff that I can't explain, you know, other than it's a ghost or it's whatever spirit or, you know, it's voices or whatever that you may hear. I mean, shit has flown across the room by itself. How does that happen? I don't know, but I can't prove it to anybody, but I know what I saw. You know, if you saw something, you know what you saw. So, you know.
And that's why you can't get mad at skeptics. You know, if people haven't had a personal experience or something that they can relate to, like to compare to in their mind, then yeah, it sounds like hogwash to them. But when you've had your own personal experiences, then you hear other people's experiences, you know, kind of validates things that you know, believe. It might change your beliefs. I had my beliefs for a long time, and then, you know, when I started following Steve freaking years and years and years ago,
yeah,
I was like, that's it, no more am I saying 99%, you know, do I think that I'm like 100% I am positive now, you know.
Yep.
And then watching different people's videos and stuff, it just made me know that it ain't just my head and my thoughts.
Yeah. I mean, even the skeptic in me comes out every now and again, you know.
You have to.
I'll be doing ghost boxes and stuff, and I'm thinking, you know, I get to the point where I'm like, is this real? I start doubting my own self, but then something will happen that like brings me right back to the believer's point again.
But you have to stay skeptical, and just because we believe it doesn't mean everything's an angel or everything's this. We have to look at everything as there's a possible explanation for it.
Yeah.
Work backwards, debunk it, and when you can't come up with any other explanation in the world for it, and your team don't know, and you put it on the internet and ask other people, nobody knows, then you can consider it paranormal combined with maybe some other things that have happened.
Yeah.
But, you know, every little thing doesn't need to be paranormal.
Yeah. There's a guy that I went to school with, and the guy's comment that's up right now, Michael Randall. Me and him both went to school with this guy. I'm not going to say his name, but he's been a skeptic. Like, you know, he's told me, I don't believe in any of that crap. Nothing has ever happened to me. And I've mentioned this story before on here. You know, I saw him in Home Depot one day when I was doing my floor laminate job here. And he was like, hey, my girlfriend wants to go ghost hunting with you. Her and her daughter, they believe in all that crap. You know me, I don't believe in any of that shit. But it'd be cool because they want to go with you. And I'm like, yeah, man, anytime, hit me up. I'll take them out. And it was like 2 weeks later, maybe 3 weeks later, I ran into him again. And he was like, dude, since the last time I talked to you, I've been working in this house and shit has been moving by itself and it's freaking me out. And I'm like, what'd I tell you last time? You don't believe it until it happens to you. And sooner or later, most times, sooner or later, it'll happen to you. Something will happen that you can't explain. And he said he's been in a house working and his tools are moving across the floor, like even from one room to another, and there's nobody else in there. He's asking me what it was. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe you got haints. Maybe my haints heard you saying you didn't believe and they did something to prove it to you. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it, but he's like, I don't know if I believe it, man, but some weird shit's been happening. I don't know how to explain it. Yeah.
I'm missing a crap load of comments.
We'll see if we can make it through the show without Facebook knocking us off again like they did last week. Peckerweeds. Douchebag Facebook.
Well, that's not going to help.
I know. I'm just daring them to kick me off. I'm leaving.
Yeah, you are.
Anyway, so it doesn't matter. All right. Well, this isn't like, and by the way, Debbie, Popeyes, we did the Popeyes story earlier. I don't think you were here, but I shared that story. Yep.
Yeah, I don't see anybody coming in anymore.
So yeah, this one isn't really a funny story. This one kind of sucks, but it does have the creep factor to it. And man found naked and shot to death in a plastic bin floating in a Florida retention pond. That's not a good way to end the day. I can tell you that much. Where's my article? Come on. Too many windows, too many puppies. Seriously? Here it is, hidden way down here. All right.
Was that Primus?
Too many puppies, yeah. Authorities in Florida are investigating the death of a man whose body was found in a plastic container floating in a pond. On Sunday morning, Jacksonville resident Tim Anderson was walking his dog Rufus near a retention pond in Windy Hill City Community Center when he saw something floating in the water. This morning, I came out here and I saw a bin floating out here by the water. And I said, what is that? Let me just go take a look and see, Tim Anderson said. Upon further inspection, Anderson realized it was a bin with a body in it. I was kind of hoping it wasn't what I thought it was, but it turned out to be. I thought it might have been a dummy or something stuck in there because of some kids playing around or something. But I got up closer and I said, oh, that looks pretty real to me. It's not funny. Don't laugh. Anderson called the police, who believed the body was dumped in the pond within the previous 24 to 36 hours. It's a rough world we live in right now. A lot of killing and a lot of violence this time of the year. And it's sad to know that this happened. And if somebody would actually bring somebody and dump them in a bin in the pond just like this. It's kind of depressing, Anderson said.
Why this time of year?
I don't know. I don't know why it's this time of year, but authorities believe the victim was a black male between the ages of 30 and 40 years old, according to the Jacksonville County Sheriff's Office. He had been shot. The victim's clothes were not found at the scene. Action News Jax reports Anderson said that he didn't see the body the night before when he walked his dog in the same area. The man's body is at the medical examiner's office for identification. Anyone with information about this incident is urged to call the Sheriff's Department at 904-630-0500 or call Crime Stoppers at 1-866-845-TIPS. Yeah, that sucks. But yeah, like the story I was talking about in one of my other Weird Wednesday videos a long time ago, when the guy from the Goodwill came over to where I was working and thought that there was a body in one of the hampers. Not a cool feeling to find a dead body.
In one of the hampers?
Yeah. Did you ever hear that story?
It was an actual dead body?
No. But the
Oh, it
guy.
was a mannequin?
Well, yeah, this dude came over to where I was working. I worked at this place that was right next door to the Goodwill place. And this guy came over all freaked out. And he was like wanting help. And I'm like, well, yeah, man, well, what can I do, man? And he's like, you got to come over, man. I need help. I need somebody to help me. And I walk over there with him, and I'm like kind of sketched out. And I'm like, well, what's going on? And he's like, I think there's a dead body in one of the bins in here. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't want to be poking around, And so I'm in there looking, and he's like standing out like by the door. Like,
you do it.
Dude's ready to just haul ass. And that's so I'm poking around. I'm looking for a stick. I don't want to stick my hand in there and stick
no, you're gonna poke him with a stick.
Yeah, so I'm looking for a stick or a broom handle or something, to poke around in there. And I'm poking around in there, these big old bins, and I see this black like hair coming in. Yeah, I'm thinking, oh shit, now I'm in it, and I'm like, dude,
now I'm in it.
Yeah, I'm like wrapped up in this now. I'm like, if this is a dead body, man, we got to call the cops. And he's like, no, man, I don't want to get in trouble. We can't call the cops.
My handprints are all over this shit.
I'm like, well, if we pull a dead body out of here, what are you going to do with it? Go put it in the ditch? I mean, we got to tell somebody. I didn't kill this person. Well, it turned out that it was a bunch of clothes wrapped up in black plastic and duct taped. And there was like a mannequin head with a wig on it. Like somebody put this shit in the Goodwill to make it look like a dead body. And I'm thinking, like, if this is a dead body, how come it's not stinking in here? The place would be reeking. And yeah, but that's what it turned out to be. But this dude was freaked out. I mean, I was a little freaked out, but this guy was wigging. And he came over like, I don't know, he came over like 30 minutes later, maybe 20 minutes later, and he had some money. And he's like, here, man, I found this money in a pair of pants. And I don't want it. I want anything to do. He was like just freaking out. And I'm like, well, it was like $20 or something. And it turned out this guy had been over in like, the whole Desert Storm thing or whatever. And he was like, you just don't know all the shit I've seen, man. And he was like, PTSD.
Oh, so that trip, I got you. He was
freaking out. And I set him down. I talked to him like, dude, we're okay, man. And I don't know what happened to him. He disappeared. He didn't, like, the next day. I don't think he came to work, and he was just gone.
That's fucked up.
Totally freaked him out. I felt bad for the guy. But the whole time I'm like poking around in this damn big hamper thing, thinking there's a freaking dead body. And where I worked at, we used to like, it was like prank city. Like, I mean, we would prank each other to the point of insanity. Like, I mean, it was just every day it was something. And I'm thinking these guys are screwing. I'm looking around, I'm looking back where I work, and I don't see anybody like peeking out of the windows. I don't see any cameras around, and I'm like, the whole time I'm thinking this is a joke, this is a prank. They got the guy from the Goodwill in on it. They're really getting me, but the other half of me was like freaking out, thinking I'm going to pull a dead body out of this bin.
And think about what you got to deal with now, like hours of like having to answer questions, waiting till they'll ask you the questions.
When I was like, we're gonna have to call the cops. No, man, we can't call the cops. Like, what the hell, man? You got a shovel in your trunk? We're just gonna go bury it? What are we supposed to do? Yeah, he was losing it. It's hard to read these articles and keep up with the chat.
All right, I think I got one more. Dun, 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 dun. First murder hornet nest found to have 200 queens capable of spawning new nests.
That's a lot of queens.
It's a lot of queens in one nest. Like, how many is in a normal hornet nest? Like, how many queens will normally be in one nest?
I don't know. The bees, there's usually only one or so.
Isn't it? And like, don't bees have like one queen bee per like whatever?
Yeah, I mean sometimes there can be two, but
yeah, once in a while. But like when you open that shit up, you know, you shake them out and you find the one queen. Like you can find the queen.
I'm gonna get into bees.
You should. I do a couple beekeepers. It's good. It's good for off the. Yes. Do it.
Bees and bats. I want both of them.
Yeah, bees and bats.
Bees and bats.
There's definite potential to both.
I don't want murder.
That for my doomsday preppers. The bat guano can be used for a lot too. It makes good pot fertilizer.
Ah.
I used to order bat guano for my. Okay, so murder hornet nest found. When scientists in Washington state destroyed the first nest of so-called murder hornets found in the U.S., they discovered about 500 live specimens in various stages of development, officials said Tuesday. And that's what's so creepy about them, you know? They're just like genetically modified to like do this stuff, I think. Among them were nearly 200 queens that had the potential to start their own nests, said Sven, an entomologist leading the fight to kill the hornets. We got there in just the nick of time, he said. Still, that didn't end the threat from the giant insects that can deliver painful, though rarely deadly stings to painful though rarely deadly stings to people and wipe out entire hives of honeybees. That's not good. Scientists think other nests already exist and say it's impossible to know if any queens escaped before the first nest was destroyed. Asian giant hornets, an invasive pest not native to the U.S., are the world's largest hornets at 2 inches, 5 centimeters long, and a predator of other insects, including the honeybees that pollinate many of the crops in Washington and The honeybees keeps the earth around, keeps us alive. Billion-dollar ag industry, despite their nickname and the hype that has stirred fears in an already bleak year. The hornets kill at most a few dozen people a year in Asian countries, and experts say it's probably far fewer. By comparison, hornets, wasps, and bees typically found in the U.S. kill an average of 62 people a year. And that's probably people that are allergic to it. I think they're called murder hornets because they go and murder colonizes of other things.
Yeah.
The first murder hornet nest found in a tree and destroyed in late October in Whatcom country along the Canadian border was about the size of a basketball. It was located after state scientists trapped several hornets and attached radio tracker. Oh yeah. They trapped several hornets and attached radio trackers to some of them using dental floss. Remember?
Yeah.
Remember they tried to glue shit onto them?
Yep.
190 total larvae developed from eggs. 108 pupa. The next stage after larva, they were nearly all queens. 112 workers, which included 85 workers previously vacuumed out of the nest. 76 queens, nearly all of them virgin queens. How do you know that? New queens emerge from the nest, mate, and then leave to find a place to spend winter and later start a colony. Most of the specimens were still alive when the nest was opened, with plans to continue trapping the hornets for at least 30 more years to determine whether the area is free of them. I talk about when they first found it and yada yada. So yeah.
Murder hornets back on the scene.
Back on the scene.
You got bats? You got a bat house, Debbie? I want a bat house. Big
I
time.
almost made a bat house in the land when I lived up in the hills. There was a bat cave, and all I had to do was put the wrought iron bars down and make like a door, and I'd have the perfect bat cave. And my roommates talked me out of it. I said, "You don't need a bat cave." I said, "Don't tell me what I don't need."
Well, moving on to not bats or not murder hornets, but Elon Musk. You know, that guy that's shooting up all the satellites that has our whole like planet covered in, I don't know how many thousands of satellites.
X-Link.
Yeah, X-Link and SpaceX. And she's got his finger in all kinds of things. And well, now
Chips in the piggies' heads.
Yeah, the thing where you don't even have to talk to communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not on board with that one, really.
No. No.
I don't really want.
I will wear a tinfoil hat.
Yeah. Well, now he has tequila. He came out last April 1st and said, "Hey, we're going to do Tesla tequila," and he was going to call it Teslaquila. And everybody was like, "Oh yeah, it's a joke. It's a April Fool's joke," since he did it on April Fool's. Well, you never know with Elon Musk. If you've wanted to charge up a purchase of Teslaquila, since Elon Musk joked about it on April Fool's in 2018, you're apparently too late. The Silicon Valley billionaire popped a supply, and this is the bottle. It's shaped like a lightning bolt. Popped a supply of lightning bolt shaped bottles onto the Tesla website late on Thursday, where it said by the next dawn the next morning they were sold out. And these bottles go for $250 a bottle. That better be damn good tequila.
I want to try a shot of it though.
Yeah, I don't drink tequila. I remember our Halloween stories. You know, I had bad experience with tequila. I'd do a shot of this just because.
But I told you about the good tequila that my cousin has.
Yeah, but you gotta
like that tequila. You come down here, California, Rob.
This is some SpaceX tequila though, so God only knows what he put.
If you come down to California, I'll get you a bottle of SpaceX tequila.
Hey, you never know. I may just knock on your door one of these days.
Come and knock on my door.
Dun, 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 dun. Maybe his original tweet can stand as epitaph. Elon was found passed out against a Tesla Model 3 surrounded by Teslaquila bottles. The tracks of dried tears are still visible on his cheeks. Here's when it starts getting good. A number of eBay auctions are already showing up. Yeah, go look this stuff up on eBay. With empty bottles and stands going for anywhere from $250, which is what a full bottle costs, to more than $6,000 for a freaking empty bottle. The Hermosa Beach company that made the tequila, Nostros Tequila, sells something similar that goes for just $45 a bottle. But Tesla tequila is aged longer and in oak barrels and comes with a lightning bolt bottle and Tesla branded lightning stand.
Okay, I can give a about the bottle. I want to know, am I going to gag on this shit going down?
Who knows? With the Tesla tequila, God, it's like a tongue twister, and I'm not even drinking it. Musk joins a host of celebrity spirit sellers, including some other Silicon Valley tech entrepreneurs. One of them is Menio Park-based Bespoken Spirits. A Menio Park-based startup with a machine that says can make alcohol that tastes as good as barrel-aged whiskey, rum, or brandy in 3 or 5 days. It was co-founded by a pair of former Bloom Energy executives, Stu Aaron and Martin, I don't even know how to say that name, Janesk, something like that. And its investors include Cypress Semiconductor founder T.J. Rogers and a retired baseball star, Derek Jeter. I've heard of him.
Would you say Derek Jeter?
Yeah. Maybe some charity can get Musk and former NBA superstar Michael Jordan to do a dunking contest, putting Musk Tesla tequila up against Jordan's Sancoro tequila. So Jordan has tequila too, I guess. It's trending. Who's going to make their own tequila? I don't know. I guess you got to have a cool name and a shitload of satellites to sell it for $250 a bottle. Or maybe a singing contest against Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers, who sells Villa One tequila. Hey, Sammy Hagar has tequila too. I've actually had that. It'll have to step up on his game.
Margaritaville.
If he went, no, that's Jimmy Buffett.
Oh yeah, no, but didn't David Lee Roth come out with like a club called Margaritaville or something like that?
Sammy Hagar has one down in Mexico called Brain Fart. I'll think of it in a minute. Somebody in chat would know. If he wants to compete on a stage and screen against the likes of Kate Hudson, King Saint Vodka, or tequila brand that George Clooney founded and sold to Diego, all these weird names. But Musk might be able to get toe-to-toe against actor Jordan Goldsmith. He hawked Dos Equis beer as the most interesting man in the world, and later got into the tequila himself with Astra Tequila. So yeah,
Cabo Wabo.
There you go, Cabo Wabo. Yep, that's it. So Elon Musk has his own tequila, and people are buying it for $250 a bottle, drinking it, and then putting the bottles on eBay and selling the damn empty bottles for more than the tequila costs fully.
I would like to taste a shot of it.
Yeah.
Nothing good comes out of tequila, but oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah, the last time I really drank tequila, nothing good came out of that deal.
When it goes down good, oh my gosh, it was like, oh, this is going to get me in trouble. I better stop right now because I can drink this way too easy.
Yeah, Dan Aykroyd has the cool vodka that comes in the glass skull bottle.
Yeah.
And that's not like that expensive. I mean, you can get a bottle of that.
It isn't. Like 30, 40?
Yeah, here it's like $50, but
they have different sizes though too, don't they? Have like the littler one and like the big one.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, you must drink your alcohol from a glass skull, just like you drink your soup.
Yeah.
In the skull of your enemy.
Exactly. Yeah, you should have made it in a Conehead bottle. Exactly. Consume mass quantities. We are from France.
Do what, huh?
Say Dan Aykroyd, he should have made it in a Conehead bottle. That's what Rawl said. Is it in a Conehead?
Or you flip the cone over and it becomes like a beer bottle.
Yeah. Yeah, all right.
Oh, wasp. I thought it was a wasp. It's a wasp country.
All right.
Wait, that Hornito sounds familiar. Oh God, I'm gonna have to message her and ask her what it was.
Yeah, I've heard that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's something like that, I think. And there's like gold and silver or something, but that's the Mexican side of my family. And you come over there and they always have tequila out and tons of food, and you can't say no to the tequila. They got the shots out. Whatever you're doing, you got to take a shot before dinner.
Yeah, I remember talking to you when you went over to one of their. You didn't move from there for a while.
When I stayed over there.
Yeah.
You got the drunk call. When I was in the bathroom. Yeah, I couldn't drive home.
Yeah, that's probably a good thing.
Not with the river road right there and everything. That was good times. That's when I got my tat.
Yeah, I've been looking for some empty skull bottles, and because I want to make some lamps out of them.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, they look cool. I've seen them.
People made bongs out of them, but I like the thought of a lamp out of it.
Yeah.
That'd be badass.
You can get them on eBay, but you pay more for the damn empty bottle than you do for the. If that's the case, I'll just go to the liquor store and buy the whole damn bottle, with the alcohol in it.
The dollar store had glass skulls, but it had like the weird seams on the side.
Yeah.
Different shaped ones. And then they got rid of them fast. But I wonder, like, if some of those, like the whatever trading company and stuff, maybe you can actually order some that won't like bust up if you have to like drill a hole or do something.
Yeah. Yeah, Mary, that is good rum. So that was my choice of drink was rum. I haven't drank quite a bit of rum. Cuba Libre. What's up, Holly?
Holly! Oh, thank you. Holly always looks good. She's so cute. I'm glad you stopped in. You always make my night happy when I see you.
So we were talking about missing people a while back, and I had this video that I did, and I was going to play it one night, but something else took its place. So for that kind of weird story for tonight, Legends and Lore, it's not really Legends and Lore, it's actually real, but it's cases of some missing people. I was watching that. What's that guy's name, man? I get on here and I have total brain for it. The missing 411 guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
not Wall. Not John Walsh. Can't think.
Yep, me either. I'm brain dead. But yeah, I was watching him the other night, and there were some crazy missing people stories that he had, and these aren't necessarily the craziest stories, but there's a few weird ones in here. So here it is. For tonight's Legends and Lore story, we're going to talk about missing people. Over the course of history, children and adults have gone missing under some very scary circumstances. Here are just a few of some scary unsolved missing person cases. First up, Amy Lynn Bradley. In 1998, 23-year-old Amy Lynn Bradley went missing while on a Caribbean cruise. Her father last saw her asleep on the stateroom's balcony around 5 a.m. When he got up at 6 a.m., she had disappeared. The ship was searched from top to bottom. Nothing turned up. Investigators did not believe that she fell over or committed suicide. In 1999, a member of the U.S. military came forward to say he had talked with a woman that identified herself as Amy Bradley while he was visiting a brothel. He said she asked for help, But before he could ask questions, she was quickly whisked upstairs. He held on to this information and did not tell authorities for several months. By the time he came forward and police were sent to the location, the brothel was no longer there. In 2005, Amy's parents revealed a photo they received on the Dr. Phil show. It showed a woman that resembled Amy dressed in trashy lingerie posing on a bed. She looked disheveled and possibly drugged. Her parents say they believe Amy might have been kidnapped and forced into sexual slavery. To this day, there's a $250,000 reward offered for Amy's safe return. Next up, Harold Holt. Harold Holt was the 17th Prime Minister of Australia. Harold was a very experienced swimmer and diver. He was well known for his endurance and athleticism. On December 17, 1967, while out relaxing and swimming with his family and friends at Cheviot Beach, Harold disappeared. One of Australia's largest rescue operations was launched, but no sign of Harold was ever found. There are many that suspect foul play, while others believed he either succumbed to the elements or had a medical emergency of some kind. Harold was presumed dead, and a new prime minister was sworn in. Harold left behind a wife, Zara, and 3 kids. Ironically, a swimming complex named in his honor, as he was an avid swimmer. Many Australians find this memorial odd because he disappeared while swimming, yet he has a swimming facility named after him. To this day, nothing has been found out about Harold Hoyt. Next up, Natalie Holloway. I know you've heard about her. The case of Natalie Holloway has perplexed and provoked the curiosity of millions from around the world. In 2005, Natalie disappeared while on a high school graduation class trip to Aruba. She had been at a nightclub with friends and was last seen getting in a car with 3 local men, Jordan Vandersloot, Sadish Kalpo, and Deepak Kalpo. When Natalie went missing, when she missed her flight back to the U.S. the next morning, the alarm was raised. Where is Natalie? Natalie's parents immediately flew to Aruba to look for their daughter. They found her belongings packed and ready to go in her hotel room, but no sign of Natalie. The authorities focused on all 3 well-known young men who were the last people to see Natalie. Over the years, there's many interrogations. Natalie's mother, Beth, is a firm believer that the key to his daughter's disappearance is held by Jordan and the Kalpo brothers. In 2010, Jordan resurfaced in the news when he eerily killed a 21-year-old Stephanie Floyd Ramirez on the anniversary of Natalie's disappearance, May 30th. This time, he didn't get away with it because he was caught on hotel surveillance entering the hotel room in which Stephanie's beaten body was found. Jordan is behind bars, but the whereabouts of the beautiful Natalie Holloway have yet to be revealed. In 2012, Natalie was legally declared dead, an act initiated by her father. Her mother has contested the declaration. It was very much against it because Natalie has never been found. Next up, Paula Weldon. It was just another ordinary December day for Paula Weldon when she decided to go for a walk a few miles off campus. She went to hike the long trail in Bennington, Vermont. She had never been on this particular trail, but was an avid outdoors lover. She hitchhiked her way to the start of the trail. Several witnesses reported to see her at various points along the trail. Her college roommate noticed she wasn't in her room that evening, but assumed she was studying late in the library. The following morning, campus administration was notified of her absence. School was canceled for the next few days while students and professors helped in search efforts for Paula. She didn't bring any other clothing or make any bank withdrawals to suggest she would have run away. Paula's father was a very well-known and wealthy architect that initially fueled speculation that she might have been kidnapped and held for ransom. But as the days passed, no ransom note was presented. that speculation began to fade. Years passed, and investigators were no closer to finding Paula than they were during the few first days of the investigation. Ever since then, nothing has been found out about Paula. Last up, Kyron Horman. On June 4th, 2010, 7-year-old Kyron Horman disappeared from Skyline Elementary School. His stepmother was at the school in the morning attending his science fair. She took a photo of him standing at his science project. That photo is the last known photo of Kyron. His stepmother Terry said that she said goodbye to Kyron and watched him walk away towards his classroom. But he never reached that classroom. Suspicion immediately fell on Terry. After investigators started narrowing their suspects, Terry was looking like the prime suspect in Kyron's disappearance. The Horman's landscaper came forward and said that Terry had offered him a great deal of money to kill Kyron's father, Kane. The police tried to get the landscaper to catch Terry on tape admitting to this, but were unable to. Kane became devastated and terrified of his wife and asked the courts for an immediate divorce and a restraining order against Terry. It was granted. Kyron's biological mother is conceived Terry knows where and what happened to her beloved smiling boy. There's been no new evidence to come up with other than the picture of Kyron at the science fair minutes before he went missing. To this day, Kyron has never been found. Do you know any people that have disappeared, vanished, without a trace? Keep your eyes open. Yeah, weirdness. Who knows, what happens? I'm sure like a lot of people, girls, guys, boys, kids, whatever, get taken for who knows what reasons. None of them are probably any good. I'm sure they don't get taken to go live a marvelous life somewhere. And then other people have just like disappeared. And yeah, that was the name I was thinking about that I couldn't think of it. Rusty G said David Pilates. There's some weird cases there where people have just literally like vanished. Like he did one whole series about hunters, people that were out hunting and just disappeared, like gone. Their gun, their gear, everything's there but them. They're just gone. And these are people that are like, well versed in the woods that they're hunting in. They know their way around. They're not going to just wander off and get lost in the woods, especially without taking their gun with them. They're just sitting in a tree stand 1 minute and their buddies, are all back at the car and they're like, well, where'd the hell Ron go? And they go looking for him. They find his stuff, but they don't find him. He's just gone. Like he was sitting there 1 minute and whoosh, fell into a different dimension. Who knows? Who knows what happens? There's cases where I think people are kidnapped or taken, like Natalie Holloway and stuff. I don't think something happened to her and she was killed. I think somebody kidnapped her and took her to, be a damn sex slave or who knows what. I've been personally myself, I have seen in a third world country. One night we were cruising around and there was a couple locals and I said something, one of my friends said something about it. And because like some of those countries like prostitution and stuff is legal. And they're like, yeah, well, check this out. And we were going down this windy little road that got narrower and narrower. And next thing you know, it comes out on this road and there were literally cages with girls in them that were for sale. I saw this with my own eyes. And every bit of me was wanting to get the hell out of there because it was seriously disturbing. And they're like, yeah, you hear about this, somebody said something like joking about it. And they're like, oh, no, it's no joke. And they took us to witness it. And like I saw it with my own eyes. It wasn't make-believe. So who knows? A lot of people that go missing, I'm sure they end up in a freaking cage somewhere, as sad as that is, but it's true. It happens. But what baffles me is the people that just whoosh, disappear. Like, ain't nobody going to take somebody off a tree stand, some redneck dude, and turn him into a sex slave. Are you muted, Jamie?
Yeah, I have been.
There you go.
So yeah, I was saying, it's definitely not the red light district, and they have them up and down the streets and shit in the cages. Huh? Where you go down the street and it's just like all the
Nah, this wasn't storefronts or the red light district. This was off the beaten path. Like, yeah.
That's what I mean. It's definitely not the red light district.
Yeah, there's definitely a red light district there, and this was nothing of the sort. This was like the dark web district or something. It was very unnerving.
Yeah, it makes you want to be
save
them all.
Set the animals free at the zoo. Yeah, it was hardcore. But it was it was a moment that was like, wow, this shit is real. It's not conspiracy. This is happening. I'm looking at it.
I always thought that's exactly what happened to Natalie, that she got sold right into sex slavery of some sort.
Yeah.
Sex trade work.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure a lot of that happens. And then to go down the complete other rabbit holes. I mean, you hear about all this crazy stuff, when you start getting into the politics and you start hearing what Hollywood and the adrenochrome and all this crazy shit. Yeah, that's a whole nother rabbit hole to fall into, and
that freaks me out so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, Holly, I think those guys definitely had some sort of play in that. And I don't know, man, how you could do that to somebody, especially somebody that you're hanging out with that's supposed to be your friend. That's just a whole nother level of shit heels.
I've seen people do things to their friends. They'd be best damn friends and do the most horrendous shit to them.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm. Can't hold nothing past nobody.
Nope. Hey, want to come over? Netflix and chill, and then you wake up in a tub missing a kidney and a tub of ice. Yeah, there's some. Yeah, that's a whole nother show that could be is just the weird, deep, dark tunnel that some of the Hollywood crew supposedly is in. I don't know. Sooner or later, one of these days, it's all going to come out.
Yeah, it's like one of those dark kept secrets. I think that's going to be around for a long time.
Yep. Yeah, organ harvesting.
Okay, I've got to pee real quick. It's 10:30. Should we do 15 minutes a box and then cards, or what does everybody want to do?
Yeah.
Should we turn on the box, maybe listen to it for a little bit, and then we'll pull out some cards too, or
we can do that.
Good night, Zach.
Hadn't drank any more vodka yet, have you?
I will be right back.
All right. Yeah, Lori, humanity does need some praying. Yeah, Hollywood, man. There's some deep, dark secrets down that row. Lori wants the Dead Wave app. Yeah, we're gonna try to get Keith to come on and jabber some about his new app that he's kind of kept under the wraps. Maybe next week. He said it's done, and it's going to be released this week. So if it is, we'll have it next week.
Both platforms again. Is it supposed to be both platforms again?
I'm hoping so. He usually does that. It usually takes an extra week for iOS to come out, though, because you can get it up on the Google Store
Apple
pretty quick.
takes a little longer.
Yeah.
I can hear you from the bathroom. Sounds like I just did a big old line in there.
They just say that.
Yeah, people do sell their own organs for money. People sell their bathwater for money.
Yep.
Their saliva, their hair. Well, you know what? I'm not selling my DNA. I should have my mic open.
Music.
If you had an Uncle Jack and your uncle was stuck up on the roof, would you let Uncle Jack up?
This broke. Just that.
Which one's this one?
This is the Dead Wave. Yeah, we're hoping to get Keith on here soon.
Yeah, I have half a battery, so I can do this real quick. I still haven't ordered that thing. Don't tell Jason. Shh, Jason, if you're listening, cover your ears.
Yeah, Zariana, this is the Dead Wave from Keith Weldon.
Who's sick?
All right, spirits. Who wants to talk with us this evening?
No.
It sounded like it said, "What's this app?"
It did, huh?
It's the dead wave spirits. Can you talk to us through it?
Just
I can feel them around my head, or it's like around my head. Do you like this app? Hey, what was up with that ghost call situation the other day?
I don't know, man. That was weird.
Did you guys have something to do with that? Low battery already. Damn it. I have to plug it in.
Yeah, were the spirits messing with Danny's phone and my phone at the same time?
Friend's phone.
Were you ghost dialing us?
I'm gonna I'm gonna turn my volume down and my brightness down. I shouldn't have done that. Should have charged my phone.
Low battery.
Where's the battery? Yeah, were you guys trying to get us to connect? Like with the Jeff calls that time?
Yeah. Remember when we had spirits messing with us, like mimicking our voices?
Yes.
That was pretty freaky.
It was like exact. Do the spirits understand time has passed? It's a good question.
Whoa.
this.
Do you guys know what year it is? Did they call it years back then? Or what did they call it? Like what century year? Does time exist in your realm? Or is it just this sun come up and down?
What year is it where you're at right now, spirits?
Yes, sir.
Do you evolve with us as time evolves? So is it like normal for you? You get what I'm trying to say, right?
You.
Yeah, what do the spirits think about 2020 so far? It's nearing an end.
Was this planned to happen this way? Do you know? Since you guys get to hear, like, be the fly on the wall.
Was it really a pandemic?
Do you know who was in charge of it? No.
There's
If people are going to want a card pulled tonight, put a thumbs up.
If what?
If people want a card pulled tonight, put a thumbs up in chat. And then write your name down.
And I
On this app, Kim, or something that you were doing?
Spirit's talking about Jamie's battery.
to the deep.
The deck I have tonight is Debbie Anderson's Vibrational Energy deck.
So far, over here.
and
Debbie Anderson's deck, Lori.
Now, off.
Kim, I've experienced something real similar to that several times.
Oh yeah.
Whoops.
Guess Lori would like a card also.
Trying to write it down here.
And Ezra. See, I'd like to keep using these ones. I'm gonna use the tonight.
Which one do you have?
Why?
Sparkle.
Ah, I was almost going to grab that deck.
Really? I'm saving my moon ones for me. I haven't pulled a couple. I have, but stuff hasn't been uploading because I posted the cards. But I'm saving that for me
Yep.
right now because it's. Why isn't this opening? Because it's like it's so crazy. Wait, what am I doing wrong?
I do that every time with that box. It like opens on the side. Oh yeah, got that.
Because I keep
Yep.
the sleeve.
Yep. Yeah, I've had that almost exact same experience a few times. It's pretty weird, pretty unnerving.
The eyeballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like you feel it too. You feel it. And
About a year ago, I had some real weird, I don't know what you call it, experiences or whatever with that. That was just, it was weird.
what time is
I was here the other night, and my brother was here, and you know, I see stuff in my house all the time.
Mm.
I see stuff. My dogs see stuff. Darcy sees stuff. My mom sees stuff, but she's 90-something years old, so you can't always tell if, you know, she's really seeing it or imagining it or what. But yeah, my brother was here the other night, and we were talking, and right outside my door here, there's a bathroom to the right, a bedroom to the left, the dining room and the living room are straight through it, and the kitchen's to the left. We were standing in the kitchen, and I was talking to my brother, and I looked over, and I saw somebody walk out of the doorway here and like just disappear. And it like totally like threw me out of the conversation. I was like, just blah 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 blah. What the, you know? I thought my mom came out or something. Wasn't her. It was somebody, something, whatever. I was asking my brother, I'm like, did you see that? He was like, yeah, I think it's time to go.
You've been having some of that around the same time I was telling you me and my mom were seeing that tall, but mine's like taller.
Yeah, this is like a
But
short.
it's like the same thing where like you'll see him standing in the doorway. I'm
Yeah,
gonna
this is a short little lady.
pull one for Breer. Since we have 15 minutes.
All right.
I'm doing this. I'm just shuffling for her right now.
I'll put one for Wall. Again, I'm using the Debbie Anderson deck, the vibrational energy deck. First card up for Raw. It is the Arid Wastelands card.
Did it go card?
Yeah, I believe so. It says for arid wastelands, are you a desert, a wasteland, and need to create balance? Generate your own oasis where you can go and heal yourself. This can be an actual place or somewhere that you feel is peaceful. Allow other vibrations to help heal you. It's your choice to be at this place. Only you can change the vibration and to be free. So again, it kind of hits along those meditational thoughts, you know. I mean, it's showing like a dry lake bed, which I've been to out there in California, Nevada, and it is a wasteland. And I was out there at night in the middle of the desert, and you talk about meditation, man. You can get into yourself out there.
I got a flyaway card for Breer. And it is the giveaway card. And I don't know if you can see the picture, but she's an angel with wings and she's holding some sort of a globe or an earth or something up, like she's giving it away. And
Kim, the experiences that I had didn't feel like a shadow. It felt like something right there in front of me.
yeah, like no doubt. Wait, why does it say 23, but 23 is not the page? Oh, I see. It's wait. Okay. Oh, no. I have to turn my screen down more. I might not make it. And I can't see you at all, hardly. Let me turn it down.
Well, you still look fabulous. So,
Oh, well, thank you. The essence. The giveaway is the gift you offer to life without attachment, without expecting anything back. You can only give what is truly yours. A smile, a nod of encouragement, a gentle touch, and a kind word. This is not giving to others what you no longer want, like the sweater that no longer fits, but gifting that which is most precious, your authentic love and genuine feelings. The invitation. Make a list of 10 people and things for which you are grateful. Connect with the feeling of gratitude. The giveaway comes to ask you to feel the same gratitude without needing anything or anyone to inspire it, and to share this gratitude with those you meet. As you offer thanks, your heart opens and you start realizing how much life has given you. You heal your feelings of sacredity and open yourself to the abundance that surrounds you. The giveaway invites you to be in the flow of life as you give freely and receive freely. In the medicine, it is difficult for you to set limits on how much of yourself you give. If you give more than is healthy, then you will not be able to give for long. You'll feel resentful with your partner or associates, or you'll feel like the world owes you something in return. Notice if you give for any reason other than pure generosity. Are you trying to be liked or accepted? Are you hoping to heal an old wound? Start giving to yourself first and foremost. Offer yourself the care, the love, the time, the acceptance that you're longing for. Once you experience plenty, then you can truly give to others.
nice. Yeah, Kim, the thing that I saw was it looked like, I mean, I thought my mom or somebody walked out for just a second or two. It looked, I don't know, it looked solid like a person. And
And
then
then we have Lori and Azariana. Azariana. Wait, yeah, I did Brewer. Wait, I did Brewer.
I'm gonna pull one for Debbie.
Hmm?
Is pulled one for Debbie, and it is the F word card.
What do we get? Lori and Azariana. Thank you for stopping by and have a great night.
All right. After I finally found it in here. For Debbie, the F word card. The F word is whatever you see it as. At this time, no excuses. Fixated, frustrated, fasting, food, forgetful, fat, foreplay, frightened, fanatical, forgiven, fugitive, forgetful. You know what your word is in this moment, so stop fighting it. Take your F word and shout it out so that the universal vibration is released into the cosmos and move forward with a new word that will create the magnificent flow you desire. Yeah, the F word is highly underrated.
Highly. You know what I'm thinking of? And it begins.
Yeah. You gonna do another one?
I'll do Azariana and then you want to do Lori?
Sure.
The fucking, that's the word.
Yeah. It's the fucking.
Unfuck yourself immediately.
I still want to get that book. I saw it in Barnes and Noble one day.
Which one? How to unfuck yourself?
Yep.
You should. And then you need to read it to me on the phone at night.
Yeah. As long as it's not telling you to go to Popeye's chicken.
Huh?
As long as it's not telling you to go to Popeye's chicken.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you're pulling one for Zariana?
Yeah. I got distracted right now thinking about chicken.
Yeah.
All right. She got the smoky mirror.
I love the artwork in that deck.
Do what, huh?
I say I love the artwork in that deck.
This is 47. There was a card stuck behind it, the owl. I don't know if that means anything, but it was like stuck to the back as this one popped out. It felt like one card. The owl was behind it. I don't know if that might mean something too, but because these are long, what I'll do is I'll read you this one, the 47, and then I'll take a picture of the owl card for you and its meaning in case it resonates with you for some reason. The essence. The smoky mirror represents the aspects of what is implied yet cannot be immediately known in the world. The mystery of how things come together and how they fall apart without obvious casualty. This symbol also represents the shadow of the human psyche, the parts of the self that one disowns. The smoky mirror can also represent a state of denial or the inability or refusal to see the truth. Almost sounds like when you need to do shadow work. The invitation. When the symbol of the smoky mirror appears, you're invited to see beyond your own self. Acknowledge that past the limits of your current ability to perceive, there is a vast interconnected world where events are orchestrated in divine order but challenging to fully grasp. Now is the time to trust that no matter what the current condition of your world reflects, the hidden realms, all aspects of the human journey are celebrated. The beauty and the darkness, the misery and the courage. No matter where you are on your journey, know that some things are meant to be a mystery, which you are meant to understand only through experience. Take heart, for the smoky mirror will ultimately show you beauty and wonder once the fog lifts the distortion you see now. The medicine. Understanding the shadow of the human journey requires that you go deep into your story to discover the wound that prevents you from seeing the truth of your current situation. Your fears and expectations of disappointment and unworthiness may be clouding your capacity to see the potential in yourself and others. The smoky mirror may be showing you things you don't want as a result of your conditioning. These can become more real, but only because you're making it so. The choice is yours. The world will hold you accountable for what you see and create. Can you see through the eyes of the truth and faith instead? So I'll send you the meaning in the photo, and you can look that over yourself, and maybe it resonates with you. And I'll send you the owl also.
Red.
And then Lori needs a card.
Yep. I got Lori, Holly, Kim, Mary,
Where are all these names coming from? I was trying to keep it like organized.
and Cheesecake Mafia. All right, I'm gonna do
And
Lori.
I'm not getting all these comments. You're keeping track though?
I'm trying to.
Wait, read the names again.
Left, I've got Holly, Kim. I just pulled Lori a card.
And Lori.
Marie and Cheesecake Mafia.
Cheesecake Mafia.
Yep. All right, Lori, you got the reprogram card, which looks like that. And it says, old patterns, old ways. These traits no longer serve you, and you know it. Now is the time to tear up the blueprint and reconfigure it to what you now need in your life. The vibration of change is refreshing, and it should be embraced. Accept the exciting new program you will write for yourself. Pull out a piece of paper and renew and rewrite your contract with yourself. I think we can all use a little bit of reprogramming from time to time. These messages in this deck are kind of short, but they say a lot.
Yeah, they do. You want to pull one for someone else while I'm getting this still sent over to...
All right. I got Holly next on the list. And Holly, your card is Two Faces of Mankind. It's like a yin and a yang with two different faces in it. Two Faces of Mankind. When there is a feminine, there is a masculine. A negative needs a positive, and vice versa. You cannot create a harmonic vibration without first acknowledging and accepting the balance of yin and yang in your life. It's the law of vibration and energy, which is ever evolving. And that can be taken in like so many different ways. There's good, there's evil, there's black, there's white, there's like a million different.
Okay, so shall I do one for Marie?
Sounds good.
If I knew we were shorter on time, I would have grabbed shorter explanation cards. Okay, Marie.
Spirits, that card was for Holly.
All right, we've got the Sorcerer card. Looks like we've got a Sorcerer on the front there.
Spirits talking about weed.
Oh, my shoe, my foot. Ow. What was that? They're talking about what?
I think they were talking about weed.
The box?
Yeah.
I can hardly hear it because my phone's like, ooh, hanging on. Okay. The essence. This is the source of dark power. The sorcerer represents the destructive aspect of the human psyche and the self-centered behavior that harms others. It symbolizes the unconscious beliefs and ideas that foster separation, conflict, and scarcity. The invitation. When the sorcerer enters your circle, you're being called to look at how your beliefs around sacredity, I don't think I said that, and self-centered fear manifest in your world. Examine the destructive part of your psyche that misuses power or harbors feelings of resentment, vengeance, lust, and greed, bigotry, or hatred. Perhaps you've harmed someone because of these dark tendencies. If so, all is not lost. You have forgotten that all beings are interconnected and the universe is abundant. The sorcerer arrives to challenge you to change your thinking. You're given a second chance. Correct your course and practice not blaming others for the darkness that lives inside of you. Make peace with it and choose another way. The medicine. Have you been feeling out of sorts because you've been faced with your own character flaws and the pain that you inflict on others when you're out of alignment? And that's a lot of stuff that was just happening with these retrogrades too. We were forced to look at parts of ourselves we don't want to see.
Yeah.
Radical and self-acceptance is called for now. You must reconcile these darker aspects of your nature so you don't behave irresponsibly and cause more harm to yourself and the ones you love. It's time to come out of denial and accept responsibility for your words and deeds. When you meet the energy of the sorcerer with humility, this destructive power transforms into grace, which you can use in service to the highest good. Perhaps it's time to make amends. Do it. It will set you free from the shadows and let you step into the light.
All right, I'm going to pull one for Kim. And I have a flyaway card that just popped out of the deck. So you got the Quiet Times card.
Are you on Facebook, Murray? If I look you up, send you the card.
All right, for Quiet Times. The silent vibration of quiet is the loudest, most encompassing sound known to mankind. You have been far too busy to hear it. So now is the time when you need to accept the stillness and tranquility into your soul being. Let yourself bathe in the hush of peace and tranquility so you can soothe your soul and restore your equilibrium. And Cheesecake Mafia, I'll pull a card for you. You got to go to the light card.
I lost my list. You got it?
I think this might be the last one, but I'm not sure. If there's anybody that still wants a card, now's the time to speak up.
Oh, here it is. We had Kim and Cheesecake Mafia.
I'm doing Cheesecake Mafia right now. Go to the light card. This is a part of everyone. This is a part of everyone that can go to a dark place inside and fester upon everything that is not right in our life. It's time for you to let go of the dark side and step into the light vibration. The pure essence of light will lift you up on high and heal you much quicker than the gloomy darkness where you may currently reside. Go to the light and be healed. I could use some of that light sometimes myself. It's weird. I'll wake up sometimes. Just wake up on the dark side. I'm like, where the hell did this come from?
That's funny. I woke up this morning, my phone in my hand. I was typing a message to someone before bed. And you know how it's like the pre-exemptive whatever text, like it puts words in? It was like P, and all these like words like from hitting the center button. Like there was a crazy this whole thing. It was just jibber jabber. I was like, oh my God, I'm glad that did not send.
Yep. Yeah, I did that. I was talking to you a while back, and I was nodding off, and I like woke up and looked at my phone, and it was the same thing. It was like beep, 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 beep. Like how many times did my finger?
Funny. I'm gonna have to wrap up here pretty quick because this phone's about to die. Yeah, it's about to die.
All right, I can do Mary a card real quick.
Okay.
It is the Perfect Storm card. It says, for the perfect storm, the fact that it is perfect would indicate that the timing is exactly as it should be in your life. After any storm, the Earth's vibration seems cleaner and more focused, this making it easier to make decisions surrounding the situation. The timing for this card is perfect for what you are about to face and conquer. So hopefully that resonates. And being here in Florida, we got a storm coming. There's a storm.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I think that's everybody. And I think Jamie's phone just went dead right at the nick of time. So thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And we will see you Sunday. Again, Paranormal Soup will be back this Sunday. And Jamie and myself will be there. So that'll do it. Good night, spirits. Thanks for talking to us. You want to say good night? Nothing. Okay, I was going to say, holy crap. Went completely silent. All right, I'm going to turn the box off in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Jamie's back.
All right, I got back on. I'm really got no battery.
Cool. I was just wrapping it up.
Okay.
The countdown with the spirits, and I think they actually got to 2 and said 2. It was kind of like 2. But anyways, yep, we'll be on Paranormal Soup Sunday night. Don't ask me who the guest is because I couldn't tell you, even though I pulled the flyer up and looked at it earlier. My brain is like Swiss cheese.
Mine too. Somebody had seen her on somebody else's show and said she's a good guest.
Cool. All right. Good night, everybody. And yeah, Holly, you missed the shark story. I know you know you've been out in the water surfing and stuff. We had a really good shark story earlier.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna jump off because I need some battery to get it started back up again.
All right. Good night, everybody.
All right. Good night.
Bye-bye.